All right, PBJ here at Music City Radio. We're sitting down with Dylan from Planet Booty. Welcome.
Well, that's good to be here.
Ladies and gentlemen, people of the world, I want to welcome you to Yo Booty.
We first caught up with Planet Booty at South by Southwest. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your experience there and kind of what you guys do?
Yes, indeed. So we are Planet Booty, and we are a trio of gentlemen whose primary goal in life is to make all in the audience feel as sexy and good about themselves as they possibly can. We believe life is much better experienced in a free-moving and free-feeling sort of state. It's really easy to get locked in who you are and what you do, and it's really easy to kind of sit there and be cynical. And so we like to get up and make people laugh and smile and dance. And so we've been at it for some time now, but this latest incarnation of this trio has been about 2 or 3 years strong. And so we got back to South by Southwest this past March. It was our second time in 3 years, and it was great. It was probably one of the best weeks of Planet Booty's little life that we've had, as far as just cross-pollinating with other bands, meeting some industry folks, as dumb as that sounds, but like you guys who are awesome. And we got some help, been getting some help with some manager types and some promotional people, PR people, which has been really great because, as we know in this music world, when you're a band these days on your own, and there's not so much of the label world or the industry behind you, you're doing everything. You know, you're doing your own marketing, you're doing your own recording, you're doing your own video work, you know, even merch design and just your clothes on stage, like everything. So the more help you can get, the better. And so it was really awesome to get that attention. But the best part about South by was just feeling like the love from the people.
So you touched on something I really want to get into, which is like the line almost between like kitschy and pointed, you know, because it's very stark. So,
Absolutely.
I mean, first of all, I guess the starting point is, do you consider yourself like a concept band, or does it come from just like the organic place of that's who you are, or do you guys set off to create a certain affect from people?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I mean, certainly when things started, it was very conceptual. It was, you know, I love funk music. I love P-Funk, Parliament Funkadelic, James Brown, Earth, Wind, and Fire, all that stuff in the 70s, like, had this awesome glittery, like, surreal type, and especially the outer space stuff. I'm like, outer space makes everything better, obviously. And I also had this, like, weird obsession at the time with early 90s booty music, or like house music. That I'm from the Chicago area originally, and the Detroit and Chicago scenes in like the late 80s and early 90s had this like really high energy, like really repetitive and usually pretty risque, sort of dirty lyric stuff. And I was always like, and I grew up as a kid, like tuning into those stations when I was young, and it was like boom, boom, ass, ass, ass. I don't know if I can say that, but anyway, and that kind of stuff really like tickled me. And so I was like, dude, we're gonna make this band called Planet Booty, and we wrote this first album. We wrote, it's like, I'm traveling to outer space to this ass-shaped planet, and like, oh my god, and boom, and like we've always were struggling, like, yeah, what is this? Is this a narrative that we're trying to make, and what have you? But over time, it's honestly just who we are. Like the sort of, you know, even just talking to you here, like I'm very serious about what I do, but I'm also very expressive, and I like to have fun and make people smile. And but I'm very invested in the art itself. And in either way, the end goal is the same. I want to reach out and touch somebody.
I got a little proposition for you, baby. From me to you.
Moral of the story, people should go see Planet Booty live. Definitely.
That is for sure.
And I know you guys are planning a tour coming up in the next couple months, so why don't you just talk about that?
Yeah, so one thing that was awesome is that we did a Kickstarter in fall of 2016. 16. That's right. And we raised a good a little amount of money to do this album, to do the music video for the main single, and tour across the way. And so we're taking this summer to fulfill that. And part of we blew past what we initially wanted to raise, and some of the stretch target goals were like, oh, we'll do a regional tour, or we'll do half the country, or we'll do the whole country. So we got enough to do half the country, and so we're going to cover the entire western side of the United States with a few exceptions to cities.
Nice.
And so we're going down to LA and Las Vegas, Denver, Phoenix, Seattle, Portland, and we're still figuring out the other half of the Pacific Northwest side. But that's ultimately what I love to do, is go around and meet new people. And while I hope that we'll have some good momentum and people show up, I know there's going to be a couple shows there where there's only 2, 3, 4, 5 people, but those are some of my favorite shows, because the rodeo clown gets to go all out and be like, hey, listen, I'm looking at you right there. Like, there's no escaping my eye gaze. I'm going to give you a performance for an hour just for you and that drunken dude slumped over in the corner right now. And you're never going to forget this shit, because you won't. Like, when someone performs like you, and that's when you get someone for life. It was like, oh my God, you don't understand what these guys did. And it was just this empty room. So I'm really excited to get across there. I know a big part of getting us to the next step is just getting out in front of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, go see Planet Booty. Dylan,
Yes.
It's been a pleasure
Hey,
having you.
Peter, it's been a damn pleasure. Just shout out to Music City SF. This is an awesome thing that exists in the world, people. If you're listening to that, you already know it. But for those who perhaps were directed to this by way of Planet Booty or anywhere else, check out this place. This is an awesome space. Music is an important part of our lives, and we can't do enough for the people that create art for us. Rest in peace, Prince. He is gone, so we need all hands on deck to fill the void of those who've left us. And so thank you very much for what you do.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Absolutely.